Now it's time for Straight on the Point with Jesse T from some undisclosed location somewhere in the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Jesse T.
Wow. Oh, there's a microphone. I was wondering where was that. Yes. Hey, that's me, Jesse T. I'm looking cool today. Look at this cool glasses I got. These are like, I have two sets of sunglasses. I got blue blockers, and I've got these Ray-Bans. The problem is that this, real simply, is that I can't see without those glasses. You see, that's the problem. I can't see without. You see, so I have to put these glasses on like this, and I'm trying to look cool in Southern California going into
contacts, Jesse. And then you don't need the glasses. Get contacts.
Can you imagine me, Mr. Destructo, putting fingers in my eyeballs at least once a day? I'm gonna pop my eye retina.
No. I do it once every 30 days.
You mean you have contacts that last for 30 days?
Sure.
I thought you had to take them out and wash them.
No, that's, come on.
Is that old school contacts?
Yeah, well, I'm pushing the envelope. I'm doing it Jesse T. Sometimes I keep them in for 2 or 3 months.
Then I could wear like cool sunglasses like this, and I don't have to wear it like this. I don't have to go like this, right?
No, you'll look like you did when you were 16.
Well, I don't know. I want to be about 16, maybe 25.
Okay, 25. Since I'm lying, I might as well go all the way.
That doesn't look cool, does it?
No, you look like a geek.
Come on, man.
Not a cool geek.
Come on, I could start a new style in Southern California. It's called the double glass look.
No.
Yeah, I'm a trendsetter, so I'm going to wear double glasses, and I'm not going to get contacts.
Okay.
Because, I went to the eye doctor. Oh, by the way, this is the Jesse T Show on Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero and thepowerofvoices.com. And we're archiving and going live at YouTube Live, Power of Voices, and Straight on the Point, and the Power of Voices on Facebook and Instagram Live. Hey, we're on there and everywhere. From the community to the world, it's the Jesse T Show. It's live at 5. And according to me, you've entered the world, according to Terrero. And I'm going to put you straight on the point on a couple of things right now. You see, look it. I've always felt that if I put contacts in, that you lose them. People have always had to clean them. They fall out. And these are all the things that I learned over the years of people who wear contacts. And I went to the eye doctor, and the eye doctor said my eyes are, clinically okay. I don't have any problems with the retinas or anything. It's just I'm getting older. And I've got to have 2 sets of glasses. I have to have a set of glasses to drive with. He said, "You've been driving without glasses?" I said, "Yeah." He said,
Mr. Magoo.
Yeah, I mean, he said, "You're driving without glass? You are driving. I hope you don't get in an accident, because if they do an eye test on you, you're going to be in some serious trouble."
Right.
So, okay, that's one set of glasses.
So you just thought all the signs were just bad.
Yeah, I thought they were just messing with me. It's a conspiracy, to mess with Jesse T rolling down the freeway. But so that's one set of glasses I have to have for driving, and then there's another set of glasses, and the driving glasses can be for reading too. So and then the second set of glasses, because we do a lot of stuff with computers and Facebooks and all this technology. There's something called computer lenses, where they split the lens, so your distance to the computer is closer than when you're farther away.
Right.
And like if you're reading a book, you're like at this distance.
Exactly.
But when you're on a computer, you're at this distance, no matter how big the screen is.
Right.
So the second eyeglasses is a combination of the computer and the reading. So now I'm going to have 2 sets of glasses. So that means I'm going to have to dangle a set of glasses. See how complicated this is getting?
That's why you should get contacts.
I would have
some reading glasses. That's what these are. These are like cheap reading glasses, because I break them and lose them, and
Or I could just do this all the time.
Yeah, well,
I never understood how people at night, movie star. Oh, I just poked myself in the eye.
Nice.
How people and movie stars. Ow. How people and movie stars can go out at night and they
Now
look
you're
cool.
looking like Popeye. Oh,
Not bad, huh? Not bad.
yeah, little guns.
Good little guns, yeah,
Like
but
little derringers.
yeah, but that's okay, man. That little Derringer is fast, right?
So yeah,
how can they
celebrities
look?
go out with
How can they do?
with sunglasses.
Yeah, how
on
can they
at
do
night.
that and see anything?
They can't.
Well, but they seem to be able to traverse the crowds and traverse the
Well-
steps and everything just fine.
Well, they practice, but they can't see with a
I-
damn.
'cause I can't
They
see anything.
Yeah, I couldn't wear my glasses at night. My sunglasses,
Especially like these Ray-Bans, you
Yeah.
know, they're dark.
right?
Or the blue blockers, they're a different color, and the ultraviolets.
Yeah.
At night, I mean,
No.
you know, but yet they wear them.
Yeah, well, that's just
And I've always wanted to be.
Hollyweird,
I
man.
always wanted to be one of those guys. You know, those cool dudes walking with their glasses.
forget about it.
You know, right? See,
No.
you got the glass look.
No, you look like a damn security guard.
In my blue blockers, I look like the original 1970s Chip series, like the
Yeah,
CHP guys, because those
They
glasses
kinda
are coming
yellow.
back. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They're total Eric Estrada.
Yeah.
You know, total Eric Estrada. So anyhow, that's my bit with the glasses. So I'm going to take them.
Look, and then you're going Garth with the black fingernails.
Oh, you like that?
Not really. I
Yeah,
just,
you like
know.
that? You like what I had too much orange juice one night and I couldn't paint a straight line. Yeah, see, because see, that's right. Couldn't paint a
Oh boy.
right there. But your 5 fingers mean something, okay?
Yeah.
The 5 fingers means something. The Chinese 5 fingers means something different than the Japanese 5 fingers. But the Japanese 5 fingers means the small finger creates self-confidence, okay? The small finger creates self-confidence.
Okay.
The middle finger is always the middle finger. It's the finger of anger. It's the finger of striking out.
Is that why people use that to shoot the bird?
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. That's
Okay.
the finger of anger, according
Okay.
to Japanese hand understanding hands. Okay, the middle finger, the thumb, is the finger of strength and stability. So if you're having problems, then you have an issue like you're waffling on some decisions, you can't really set it. You squeeze your thumb real hard for about a minute or two, and it allows the nerve endings allow your brain to focus more on that. Okay, the first finger is the finger of confusion. It's a finger of when you're confused, your confusion. It means your first finger is you're doing too much with that nerve in your body. So the finger of confusion, not being able to focus. That's the first finger, and this finger here is a finger of love.
Is that why we put the ring on that one?
Yeah. There's a philosophy that comes forward to present day. So, and right here,
In the palm.
right there where the one line comes, right there. You have everybody has, except my father. My father's an Anunnaki. He's not from this planet Earth. My mother said about my father, she said, "Daddy," that's what she used to call my dad. She said, "Daddy is not from this world." And no, he isn't. My father's not from this world. He's an alien. He's a total alien. Yeah, I've been living with an alien when I was a kid growing up, my whole life as a kid growing up. Anyhow, he doesn't have 3 lines. He only has 1 line.
Really?
Yeah. And out of all the people in the world, when you go look at their hands, on their right hands and left hands, they have, it's called a simian line. Okay? He has 1 line straight across. And we have 3 lines on both palms. Most people
I have 4.
Oh, yeah, but I mean 3. There's faint lines here, but I mean 3 distinct, cut lines like a gorge through your hands. You've got that's 3 solid ones, and then
What about that?
that's not a, and you've got 3 there. Yeah, well, we all have these lines. Yes, no, we're not on acid today, guys.
I have 5 lines on one and 4 on the
Yeah,
other.
but what I'm talking about the main 3 lines, okay? My father has 1 straight across. Right there. Just that's it.
Really?
It's the line straight across. So my mother used to like to go to gypsies, right? She used to like to have her. She loved tarot cards. She loved hypnosis. She loved a lot of that kind of stuff as a hobby, as fun.
Right.
She'd like to go to seances and people
the
that
Ouija
read
board and all.
Not that.
No,
Not that.
She didn't go for the Ouija.
No, but reading tea leaves and rocks like the ancient Indians used to read bones and things. She loved that kind of stuff, all right? So one day, she took my father to one of these palm readers.
Okay.
You see them on the side of the road all the time in Vegas and Los Angeles, Hollywood, spiritual guiders, right? Yeah, right. So one day, she takes my father because she wanted to have my dad palm read. So my mom's palm gets read. And then my dad goes in there with her and lays his hand out. And the gypsy, and that's the way my mother put it, she was a gypsy. Mm-hmm. The gypsy looked at my dad's palms, and she turned white like a ghost. She looked at my dad's palms, and she said, "Out. Get out of here. Out of here now. Go. Get out of here. Don't ever come back. Never come back." She said to my father, right?
Yeah.
It's like...
She freaked out.
Freaked out, right? And so my mom pays her, whatever, and then she leaves. And the lady calls my mother up and says, "Don't ever bring your husband back here, because that's a Simeon line, and that's a very powerful line, and it's frightening to me."
Wow.
Yeah. And so when you meet my father, he has these. And I have never met anybody in the world around the planet in 43 nations when I've shook their hand, man or woman, and I look at their palms because I can do some very slight palm reading. My mother could do that. And my Sifu Gary Lam, he's a Chinese palm reader and numerology guy.
Your what?
My Sifu. Sifu in Chinese means master, teacher. Sensei in Japanese means, well.
I thought you said seafood.
Well, let me tell you about my Sifu. He sees food and he eats it because he's a big boy. That's right. There's no lie about that.
Okay, so what does he say?
They say you've never seen a fat Chinaman? Oh, that's a lie. Go to Monterey Park.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to see lots of portly gentlemen of Chinese descent.
And they've been eating American food.
No, they've been eating a whole bunch of food all the time because they can't stop eating. Oh, They love to eat and party and drink and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat.
And smoke.
And smoke and eat and drink and smoke and eat and party and gamble and drink and smoke and eat and party and party. And Cy Richardson and Craig Powers just joined in. Also saying hi to Kelly J, 34. I think that's it. K-Gel. Ooh, K-Gel. I like that.
Only you.
Only me. I'm the one that sees you so desperately.
So what?
Looking for Jesse T.
Okay. Stop the singing.
Okay.
So that's all she said about your dad.
Don't ever come back.
Don't bring him back.
Yeah. And so, yeah, my father.
So we should take your dad on a palm reading tour.
Well,
and
how many people can we freak out?
Freak out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right now, though, he's into something else.
What is he into?
Oh, man. He's the hunter of hunters right now. He makes Ernest Hemingway, the great hunter, and William Randolph Hearst, the great hunters of the 19th century.
Yeah.
Puts them to shame. He's hunting every night of the week.
What is he hunting?
Mice.
Mice?
Yeah. His house is infiltrated with wild mice.
Wow.
Of all shapes and colors.
So how is he hunting them?
At night.
Traps?
Traps, peanut butter, traps, cheese on traps. He's got his pellet gun that shoots like 20 pellets with a high compression.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He's sitting there at night, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, seriously, with the lights out, waiting for those mice to come up in the cabinets. He went yesterday and he fixed all the little holes in the bottom of the cabinets, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't get the one hole because he fell asleep in the kitchen, and the mice knew that and got in that one hole and chewed some of that peanut butter off that trap. This is a smart mouse.
Yeah. Hungry bastard.
He's smart. and he chewed this peanut butter, licked it clean.
Without the trap going off.
Without the trap going off. And my dad was, like this. He's got the camo on, right? He's got the camo face on,
Of course.
Yeah, right. The
It's
camo
Jesse
hat.
T's dad.
Yeah, that's Jesse T. That's the original Jesse T, right? That's Grandpa T, right?
Right.
So he's sitting there, right?
Right.
And that mouse knew it. That mouse got up in there, found the one little hole he didn't fix in the cabinet,
Yeah.
squeezed up in there. If you were a mice, you would like this mouse because this mouse,
Super mouse.
and he knows yoga. He's really flexible.
Yeah, they say their heads can really be compressed so they can get through some of
I've
the
always
tightest
liked
holes.
somebody that could compress their head.
Yeah.
You can take that any way you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out. I'm just saying, right?
Right.
Okay. So he fell asleep, and he woke up this morning. He opened up the bread cabinet, where there's no bread in there because he cleaned it all up. Just put like 3 or 4. That mouse ate all the peanut butter and didn't touch the cheesy traps, and he left. So my dad called me up every morning. He checks in because I'm like mouse hunting central.
So I got 3 last night.
Yeah, I fell asleep and that mouse got in there and I put peanut butter down. It should have stuck on his paws. And he's, for 20 minutes, I'm getting the dissertation in the middle of the afternoon when he wakes up about his mice hunting adventure every night.
Have you tried the electronic traps?
No.
They work.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of like the image of my dad staying up all night with a gun right here, hunting camouflage and hunting mice.
Yeah, he can do that. But it's like like the mailbox. You see like a U shape, and they go in there. You can put peanut butter, apples, or whatever in there.
Right.
But when they hit that, start eating it, it electrocutes them.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I had a rat problem.
Yeah, this will do it on rats.
I just got rid of
well.
one rat in one of my apartments, and I got another rat that I just got to get rid of.
Oh, those are rat bastards.
Those are rat bastards.
Yeah.
They're humans. But I had a rat problem in Burbank because Burbank was all farmland at one time and grub farming, radishes, potatoes. They didn't grow a lot of corn or anything like that. It was always ground farming.
Right.
About the only thing they did grow, they had vineyards.
Okay.
And one part of it, but most of it was crop farming like that back in the early part of the 20th century. Burbank, I heard you talking about Burbank and Glendale and racism the other day. Oh man, no, they're not racist anymore. Let me tell you, they were. Oh,
Yeah.
I got a couple stories from way back, 1940s, 1930s, and 1950s.
Right.
Oh, I can tell you some stories about my grandfather. I mean, 1938. I mean, but not anymore. No.
It's different now?
Oh, totally different. White people are a minority in Burbank and Glendale now. They're gone.
They're
gone.
gone
Yeah. Armenians, Chinese, Koreans, and Latinos. That's what's filling up all the elementary schools now. So, that's how you really tell a population change in an area. Is you look at kindergarten and 6th grade, and you see the shift there, and then it happens 10 years later.
Sure.
But, man, I used to just go to Burbank because there was nothing but white girls. That was the land of white girls.
Burbank, beautiful downtown Burbank.
Yeah, see, and I could go in there with my cool glasses with my 1970 Pinto, right?
No, Jesse.
Right. My Pinto cruising,
Jesse.
baby. Yeah, 1976,
Jesse.
70 Pinto. Yeah.
Jesse. When they first came out, they were not cool.
Yeah.
Pintos have never been cool.
Mine was. It was lowered to the ground, a fist off the ground, had a V.
You could have put camouflage paint on it and it still would not have been cool.
Actually, it came with a racing stripe.
Oh, Lord.
It was really great.
I'll
show you
that
some.
model.
Yeah, remember that model? Brown
Yes,
with
I
a
do.
white racing stripe down the middle?
That was butt ugly then, and it's butt ugly now.
Well,
it's like a Prius.
Oh, God, that's an ugly car.
It is. It's like a little wedge.
Oh, that was really an ugly car.
Yeah.
That didn't last long.
Well, no, the Prius is
Yeah, the Prius
thing
is
now.
ugly. I mean, they're trying to soften it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's no sex appeal.
The only sex appeal is 50 miles a gallon. That's about the only sex appeal you got.
Yeah, I don't think it gets that, though.
Well, maybe if it gets 40. My daughter has one, but it does get good.
Yeah, they're
40, 50s.
good.
Yeah, well, the only sex appeal you got there. You save your money as a guy and you can take your girl out. You see, ha-ha.
It's like a taxi.
Oh,
That's what they use now.
Right. Yes.
And I think everybody that owns them are kind of
well,
arrogant.
remember they had those rat commercials of giant rats that were driving the hybrid cars when they were first coming out?
Yeah.
Bumping to hip-hop music.
Yeah.
Right, boom. And
wasn't that the soul?
That was the soul. But they used that concept went across the board anyway.
Yeah.
So they're bumping. So that's why everybody likes those ratty-looking cars.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah. Well,
no sex appeal. See, I'm an old-fashioned American. Especially, guys got to have a sexy car.
I want a Cadillac, old Brougham.
I had one.
Four-door maroon Brougham with maroon soft furniture inside.
No, mine was a Grey Ghost.
Oh, man, with dark windows, that big old, oh, man, I want that. I almost bought one.
I had a Brougham d'Elegance.
It's the one I wanted. It had everything in it, and it cruised.
Smooth ride. Floats. Yeah.
Or a big Lincoln. I always liked the big Lincoln.
You know what I test drove Sunday?
What'd you test drive?
A Suburban.
Oh, God. You're going to go the California way now, aren't you? Are we going
you know what they call them?
Are we going to call you SUV Lee?
I like that.
SUV Lee.
I like that.
Yeah,
it's got a little je ne sais quoi.
It's very elegant. Concours d'élégance.
Nice.
I'm going to the Greystone Manor on Sunday for one of the very most prestigious car shows. Jay Leno, those guys that have 90 million cars. They bring out their 2 or 3 best cars.
Yeah.
It's like Pebble Beach.
Right.
And it's the Greystone Manor on Sunday. I'll be there all day. Dan the Man and I are going to be there.
Where is it?
At the Greystone Manor. That's the
Where's
old.
that? I don't know
that's
what
the
it is.
Doheny Mansion. When Doheny owned all of Beverly Hills.
Okay.
He was the first one that owned all the Beverly Hills. And this mansion is like very Gothic, European mansion. I mean, it's like the Beverly Hills owns it now. The Greystone Manor.
Hills.
The Greystone Manor.
Is that off of
I don't know. It's off of one of those streets.
Sunset?
It's way up. It's way up there. But
up in the hills.
Yeah, right up in the hills. And he owned like I think Beverly Hills was once about 5,000 acres. Okay, and this family, the Doheny family, owned it all. They were the ones that made Beverly Hills and allowed the Jewish people to come in and buy in Beverly Hills because they were
restricted.
They could not buy in Bunker Hill and the Adams District because that was all old Los Angeles money or old European money from the old country, and they didn't allow the Jews to come over and participate. I don't care how wealthy they were. So the ones that were of middle class of that time, the workers, because there really was no middle class, or you're either very wealthy or you're a farmer. I mean, there was not much in between.
Right.
The ones that were just working people, they went to across the LA River over to East LA or Boyle Heights, because that was owned by a Irishman, Boyle, he had potato farms and tomato farms, and all of Boyle Heights was his farm. That was another 5,000 or 6,000 acres of farm.
Wow!
And he allowed the Jewish workers to come over there and live across the river in Boyle Heights, and he sold the lands and subdivided. That's why a lot of the original buildings in Boyle Heights, the ones that have been there since 1895, 1904, 1906, 1921, you'll see in some of these buildings that are mechanic shops and whatever, you'll see synagogue markings on these buildings, and you scratch your head and you go, why was this a synagogue? Why is was this Jewish here one time? And so it blew my mind 30 years ago when I found that out.
So what's the story behind Hancock Park?
I don't know. Maybe it's right hand or left hand. I don't know. Anyway, but
I was told that the wealthy Jewish community moved there because they were not welcome.
Well, that was
in Beverly Hills.
That was
Hollywood
another.
and all that.
That was
So
that
they
was
created
south.
their own.
That was south
Yeah.
of what Hollywood was,
Right.
Hancock Park.
Right.
So it was just far enough outside of Larchmont Village,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of where Hancock Park. Yes, it was another very wealthy Jewish enclave.
Right.
But that didn't happen till the 30s.
Okay.
That was in the 30s and 40s, like Barry Gordy Jr.'s house there in Hancock Park. That was built in late 39, early 40s, or the mayor's mansion in Hancock Park, where Confetti Garcetti lives, because his
Right.
brain is nothing but candy and paper, right? And so nothing sticks. It just flies in the air.
Okay.
But it smells and tastes good.
Okay.
And it doesn't hurt you, supposedly. Confetti Garcetti.
Right.
Yes. That's like El Stupido Brown and the Assembly A-holes of the state of California. I have a nickname for everybody.
I know you do.
Okay, but let me finish the Doheny thing.
Go ahead.
Okay, I can't finish something without finishing something.
Okay,
'Cause
I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay.
I mean to give you scatterbrain syndrome.
Well, I don't think you have to do too much to make that happen, right? So
Yeah, should I go get a bag of popcorn now?
I think you should. Yes. Let's start running a movie. Hey, Dr. Pepper, hey, come get your peanuts. Peanuts. Got dogs on the sale here. Got cook. Right? Pretty
Right.
good, huh?
Yeah.
I should go get a job.
Yeah, you could
guys
do that
aren't
well.
paying me enough.
Not at all.
I know. Thank you very much. It's for the love. The love.
That's right.
The love,
The
baby.
love
The love bug.
Of that microphone.
Yes. So, Doheny, that's where all the wealthy Jewish people could go first, and that's what became
Okay.
Beverly Hills. And then Hancock Park came after that.
Okay.
When Hollywood exploded and all Los Feliz is where all the original movie moguls were. Zanuck, Cecil B. DeMille, all the original movie moguls were right up there in Los Feliz,
Okay.
and some huge houses up
Yeah.
under the Hollywood or Hollywoodland sign.
Okay.
That's what that but they had clout then. Movies were blowing up. They owned all the studios. Blah blah blah. But that's kind of how the Los Angeles basin
Right.
kind of speckled itself and filled itself in
Came
that
about, yeah.
in that, because between Hancock Park and Beverly Hills, there was nothing but oil rigs.
Really?
Thousands. I mean, tens of thousands of oil rigs.
Wow.
Right up Pico,
So you
Olympic.
think they sucked it all out?
No, it's still there. The La Brea Tar Pits was not known as the La Brea Tar Pits at the time. It was just a tar pit. In fact, there was an oil rig right there where the La Brea Tar Pits was, sucking the oil, because that's what tar is. It's bubbling up oil that dries in the heat, and
Right.
that's what it is. So there's thousands of gallons of maybe millions of gallons of oil still left under the LA City basin. And some people have capped oil rig in their backyards.
Wow.
They're capped, and they've been capped for 100 years,
Right,
but
right.
they're there. So, no, it was oil in that whole region, all the way to Inglewood. Inglewood was an army base.
No, I didn't
Yeah,
know
the
that.
Mountain Red Baldwin Hills, that
Yeah.
was all part of a tank base in
No
World
kidding.
War One. They actually shot tanks. That was like Fort Knox is back east, where they actually learn how to be a tank. The Army
Right.
sends its guys to learn how to be tankers. The Marines do it out in China Lake and out at Edwards. That's where they send their boys to go be tankers.
Okay.
But La Brea, Baldwin Hills was actually a tanker school for the Army. Now, there was nobody there in World War I, 1917, 1915, 1914, when the tanks were just coming in,
Right.
1919, 1920. But there's an Army base up there at one time.
Now, La Cienega and Stocker, there's oil pumps or rigs or
Yeah.
whatever up there. Who owns those?
Those are owned by the corporations, mostly Well, who owns them now, I don't know. But that was all Atlantic Richfield, that was all Chevron, and that was all Gulf. In fact, the whole basin was all, at one time, conglomerates that Rockefeller owned. Because, when they broke Rockefeller up in the trade with the Federal Trade Commission, they broke his Rockefeller gas or oil,
Right.
which was known. He just broke it up into 22 different small companies and put a head here, and then you know what he did? He said, "That's it, fine, no problem." Rockefeller actually made his money in oil, yes, because the combustion engine was just starting, but it wasn't proliferated around the world like it is today.
Right.
He actually made his money in piping. Vanderbilt, who owned all the rail stations and all the rail lines in the Northeast, he was the first, what would be a billionaire in the planet today. He was the wealthiest man in the world at one time, other than the kings of England and stuff like that.
Right.
But the wealthiest made man, businessman in America and in the world, Vanderbilt. And so a railroad, so he could set the storage costs and the moving freight fees however he wanted.
Right.
And that's how he put his other competition on the East Coast out of business. He would undercut them because he could, and then he would buy their rail systems and their trains and all
Sure.
that. Okay, so Rockefeller hits oil in the Cleveland, Ohio, the Ohio Valley.
Yeah.
That's where Rockefeller hit. The same time it was being hit in Oklahoma and Texas, but it wasn't under any kind of direction. It was just guys going out there dropping stuff, drilling and hitting something, like in the movie Giant, right? With Rock Hudson and James Dean. Okay, so but Rockefeller, Vanderbilt started raising the cost of moving his crude in tankers that were developed by Vanderbilt for Rockefeller, because there was no reason to have tankers before that on the trains. And so he raised the cost so high that Rockefeller said, okay, forget it. I don't need you. And one day he's walking through one of his Ohio Valley centers, distribution centers and processing centers, and he sees all this piping everywhere, going everywhere, every direction, big pipes, small pipes, giant pipes for his, the place where they process the crude into. First it was kerosene and gasoline was thrown on the ground. It was a waste. It was a byproduct of kerosene.
Wow.
And then the combustion engine, of course, with Ford and all of that, and Ford was really the major impetus for Rockefeller creating gas. They all kind of happened at the same time.
Sure.
So then gasoline, so he saw all these pipes and he said, you know something? I don't need Vanderbilt. I'm going to pipe the whole United States of America and buy up all the land where my pipe rights go.
Wow.
And that's what he did. He bought all the way down to the Gulf region, all the way up to the Northeast Massachusetts, all the way down to Florida. He piped all of that part of America.
Wow.
And he got the pipe from Andrew Carnegie, because he and Carnegie was just about selling out to J.P. Morgan. Morgan Chase Bank, J.P. Morgan, right?
Yeah.
Just about selling out. And the last deals he did was with Rockefeller, and he bought the pipe because Carnegie didn't much like Vanderbilt, even though it was Carnegie that built Vanderbilt because of all the rails, the iron and the steel. But they had some business dealings that got a little personal, right? And so they made that deal, and when they made that deal, he got piped for a really good price. He piped everywhere. And because of Rockefeller being able to move and show that he could move his product through pipes all across America,
Right.
other industries saw that the piping aspect was really important for water, for gas, for anything they needed to move. They had an alternative other than the rail system.
Right.
And when Vanderbilt died and his number one son took over, that was the struggle for him, is to compete against the other industries that were no longer using the train as a mean of transportation for their products. So that was going back and forth. So this was all owned by Rockefeller, all these companies out here originally. But Arco, Gulf, Chevron.
So when people come up missing, should we look inside those pipes?
I'll tell you something. They say the head of the Teamsters Union is in the White Sox Stadium somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably
right next to what's his name out of Chicago? What the other missing crime boss?
Yeah. Well, there's a crime boss in Chicago that just went missing a year and a half ago.
Yeah, right.
Durango.
Right.
And he was the crime boss of prostitution and gambling in Chicago. And he also was known as the Don of Chicago. Now, I met him. I met him out here through a person, and I'm not going to mention, but you know, because I introduced you to him just recently at the station here. But I met him because he was backing some boxers, a stable of boxers that we had, and he was putting up the money, the promotion money behind them, and so I had a chance to meet him, which is interesting. And Dan the Man has a really funny story. He knew him even before I did, and he has a real funny story because he didn't know who the guy was. And Dan the Man, you know, sometimes he blurts things out, and he blurted this. He blurted something out, and the guy said, "I never want him around me when I'm in town. Don't ever bring him around."
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just like that.
Wow.
Right. So there's some little intrigue always going on there in some respect. But but that's sort of what happened here in Los Angeles. It was all oil in the basin, and that. So I'm going to the Greystone Manor for the Concours d'Elegance, the and Jay Leno and all those movie stars and celebrities and business people have multiple cars, Packards, Bugattis, Cords, all these great old automobiles.
So if you could have any car that you, what's your dream car?
Well, we have to categorize that because,
No.
we
Come on. You can't have but one damn car, Jesse.
One car?
Not one for speeding, one for
Come on, man.
being cool in. No,
you got to have.
What is the car?
Oh, come on. You got to have.
No.
You got to have.
No.
You got to have one for speeding. You got to have one for cruising.
Listen.
You got to have one.
No, I'm the
for
genie.
Work.
You have one wish for the car.
One wish.
Yeah.
One car.
One car.
One time.
One time.
One wish.
You can't bring it back when you say, I'm sick of this. I want something new.
I'm stuck with that car, right?
That's it. The ultimate car.
For me?
It? Yeah, for you. Your personal ultimate car.
My personal ultimate car. Well, it first off, it's going to be an American car.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's going to be an American car because I like American cars.
Okay.
And I like older American cars.
All right.
And I like new American cars, not as much as the older
what's
ones.
the car? You're filibustering.
Secondly, it has to be a
He's
car.
not going to answer the question.
It has to be a car that is like really stellar. When people look at it, they just go, "Wow!"
Yeah,
it's a wow car.
Right.
All right. And now I'm not talking about a Vet or a Viper or any kind of those fancy sports cars. No. And I'm not talking about any of those cars. But if there's one car I could have that I really like, I could snap my fingers right now.
Right now.
Not going too far back, but going.
God. What is the car?
But going a little ways back. You know what that would be?
What would that be?
You know, one car right now.
Right.
If you
now.
ask me right now,
right.
and I would be happy with the rest of my life.
If you don't tell me, I'm going to take the wish away.
Have I wore out the genie
I'm
yet?
an impatient genie.
I haven't wore it out yet.
No,
I'm trying to wear
You're
it out
gonna
so
end
I
up
can
with
get
a skateboard
three.
in a minute.
This is my angle. I'm trying to wear them out. I'm negotiating here, right?
No, I'm not going to give you a second choice.
Well, this would be my car.
All right.
Of all things.
Okay.
Really? Here we go.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yes,
Here
really.
it is.
Go
Here
ahead.
it is. 1978. All right? 1978. Wraparound window. Tornado. It's huge.
I can't do that one.
I love that car.
No. That was right next to the
Edsel. Yeah.
Ugly car.
No, that was a beautiful car. I'll bring it up for you and show it to you. 78 Tornado.
No, that one's not in the genie list. I can't bring that one back.
So I have to have another one? Okay, great. See, I do get more than one wish.
No.
Okay. All right, here's my next wish. Okay? Here's my next wish. My next wish, the car of my choice, right?
Yeah.
It has to be. It can't.
This is
you can't.
it.
It can't be. It can't be. So I can't have a 1970s car.
Well, you can. It doesn't matter.
Well, you just eliminate.
Not a Tornado.
I love that car.
Nobody liked that.
That's
car.
why I like it. Okay, but I can't have it.
Corvair was even cooler than that.
That was actually a cool car. But
It
anyway,
did have issues, though.
yeah, it flipped
Yeah.
when it went around corners too bad, like the Porsche 914
And it used
did.
to overheat, too, didn't it?
Oh, like mad.
The engine in the back.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah,
the
center
diamond in the
line.
back,
It was the first mid-engine American car, but it was very popular.
Yeah.
A lot of people liked it. It was a girl. It was a girl stopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
They like that one.
I did. But the next car, if it's not that car, and I can't have a '70s car, so I get rid of all my
can have a
Mopar.
70s.
I get rid of my muscle cars completely.
Okay.
Then we have to go back a little bit farther. Then, okay, we've got to go back. Oh, got to have this car. A Cadillac.
Okay.
The first year with the big wings on the back. I think that was 52
Yeah, I think that yeah.
with the big giant wings.
Yeah,
I'm not talking
yeah.
the big
Batman wings.
Batman wings on the back with the 3 lights there. The
Yeah.
Batman wings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got the big 4-door
Right,
version of it,
of
not the
course.
2-door. They didn't have a coupe then. They always had a 4-door. I don't think
No, I don't think so either.
that would be the
That's
car.
it.
That
That's
would
it.
be the car. Yep. I'd take
Like
that car.
2.5 miles to the gallon.
Oh yeah, man! Not 100% octane gas. You got to put
Yeah.
lead fill in the gas tank, otherwise it goes pings, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I like that car. Can I have another wish?
Not for a car, no.
Oh, okay. I want to take it back.
Can't.
What would be your wish?
A 65 Mustang.
Oh my God, 65 Mustang. Go away from me. 65. Everybody had a 65 Mustang.
Well, you can't. You got what you wanted.
No, you didn't give me my 78 Toronado. 65 Mustang.
I had to talk you out of that one.
God, it's a beautiful car with the wraparound window in the back and the big seats and the big
How many
457.
years did that last?
The Toronado actually lasts from 1967 all the way to 1982.
Really?
Yeah. I had a 70 Toronado.
sorry.
I had a 70 Toronado. The fastback one
Yeah.
with the 4 lights in the front.
Yeah.
That was a cool car, you got to admit. It was the
How about the
Eldorado.
GTO?
You know, if we're gonna go there, I'm gonna get a 73 Satellite Sebring, Plymouth Satellite Sebring, the 73 with the front grille that goes round like that in the front.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great car, man!
Did you like the Chargers?
I didn't like I loved them, but I liked the Barracudas
Yeah.
or I liked the Barracuda better than I liked the Challenger.
Challenger.
The Barracuda was a Plymouth Barracuda. The Plymouth Barracuda, and the Dodge was the Dodge Challenger, the one that came back.
right.
I like the Barracuda better.
The one that came back.
Yeah, right. I like the Barracuda better because it just seemed
Yeah, the Cuda was nice.
cool, man. Purple.
Smelled nice too.
Yeah, that was a great car, man. Yeah.
But
Well, you know, when you talk about smells in a
now,
car,
what about new car?
oh gosh,
What would you pick?
new car.
Yeah.
Well, I'm liking that new Lincoln, that 2017 Lincoln that's come out, the Continental they brought back.
Really? I
Yeah,
haven't seen that.
they brought back the Continental. I like that a
Was
lot.
there suicide doors?
No, man, I wish they would have did that. But no, it's pretty good, but it's not big enough. I like big cars, you know, but they don't make big cars. I mean, you can't even drive a big car in the street anymore because it doesn't fit in the parking lots anywhere. You know, it's so narrow.
I was in a parking lot today, and this limo took up like 3 slots.
Yeah, you
at
know.
an angle. You know, like.
And I
come
don't
on.
like trucks. I mean, I like trucks for a purpose of having a truck.
Yeah.
But today, I mean, I'll just take any new car.
But you know, walking this back, that Suburban Premier.
That's a beautiful truck.
Yes, it's got the sunroof top. It's got the drop-down video screens, 2 of them
For the back?
for the back.
Get out of here. They drop down?
Drop down out of the ceiling. Yeah, that's
Wow.
cool stuff, man. Ride.
So Uber
really
Lee
nice.
could do real good with that.
Oh man, I'm thinking about a fleet of them.
Uber Lee?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how would you keep the people employed?
Well, how did the limo guys keep it in play now?
It's
all
tough business, limo business.
Yeah, it's all done through like
Yeah,
an
but
app.
the limo business is a tough business
Yeah?
in this town. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Jackson Limousine's been around for 100 years plus 5,
Yeah.
and they struggle, and everybody knows them.
Yeah, but because of Uber and Lyft. those kind of companies are cutting
Well,
in because
they're killing them.
they have a commercial level of that.
Yeah, they do, and you get more money that way.
Yeah.
I think that the car that I would like, not today.
Yeah. New car today.
New car today. You know, as much as I like the Viper, they don't make them anymore.
Yeah.
They stopped making them a few years ago.
I was not impressed with it.
I just love the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the inside, it looked like a hobby car.
You know what I'd like to have, I'd like to have a supercar. I'd like to have the Ford.
Is that the one that they did like 1,000 horsepower?
Yeah, the racing Ford. The Ford. Come on, man. It was one that won Le Mans, 24-hour Le Mans, and beat everybody and surprised the heck out of it. And then won years and years after that. The Ford GTO. The Ford GTO? Ford GT.
I don't know.
What a great car. Oh, I was going to buy one of those when they first came out, the first version of them. $237,000.
Forget about it.
I bought a house.
Smart.
A couple of houses.
Smart man.
You know, but if I had dropped down
you can't
money.
live in that car.
No, but if I had dropped down money, I'd buy that car. You know, I would buy that car today. But comfort is really, really. I like comfort, and I just
so maybe a Rolls or a Bentley.
Bentley would be nice.
Yeah,
Bentley would be nice. It's a beautiful automobile, and Rolls Royce is beautiful. You know, the new Rolls, the new Bentleys are beautiful cars.
Yeah.
But they're about the only big car on the street today.
Audi's got a nice big car. It's like 100,000+.
Is it really?
Yeah, I saw one on the highway and I flipped
An
out.
Audi.
An Audi.
I've never liked Audis much.
Me either. Not until I saw this. This was. It gave you the feeling of a Rolls or a Bentley.
The same lines.
Yeah. Kind of. A little boxy, but yeah.
I was out with a guy
Huge.
I was out with a guy pitching him on a film project the other day, and he was a young guy from China, about 35 years old. Worth $200-400 million. One of those guys, right? And he had just got married to his wife in China, but they were having their honeymoon here in Los Angeles, and they were going to get remarried as part of the honeymoon process, festivity process, in a big mansion overlooking the ocean. Okay, with a helicopter bringing her down in, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And so she had a rock on her hand. Had to be, we figured it got to be at least 5 carats or bigger.
Okay.
Huge. Just that rock had to cost $1 million plus. And earlier that week, he went out to the Rolls Royce dealer in Beverly Hills, and he bought one of 400 custom-built Rolls Royces that Rolls Royce only built 400. And he bought it with cash, brand new, 2017, $1 million. Wow. Bang. Cash. And she drove away with it with him driving shotgun.
Wow.
Got the video in the whole 9 yards.
Nice.
Was sitting out front when we went to have Chinese food, and I got sick on the food.
So no, he made his money how?
Investments in China, banking investments and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what's happening over there. You have the big cities, the coast, where most of the big cities are, and they're making millions and billions of dollars there. And then you go 150 miles in from the ocean, and it's like a kung fu movie of 1951 or 1700.
Wow.
It's still
old
and then
China.
Then you drive, and then all of a sudden you hit a village or a town, 100,000 people, right? And those are small there because they have 2 billion people plus.
Right.
So you hit a town, and the whole town is a Toyota town. The whole town is a Apple town. The whole town is makes all the shoes for everybody in the friggin' world, right? The whole town gets put to work at the manufacturing plant. One place, 24/7, around the clock. The whole town, everybody, everything is directed at that plant of whatever that town is doing.
Right.
And they pay cheap wages, slave labor wages. I mean, it's not anything compared to what we make. And so, so that's how it is in China. Then you leave that city and you drive You drive someplace and you're back in 1700. Guys walking around in kung fu uniforms. Yeah, and that's how
farmers.
it is. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And they don't have massive farms. Like in the Midwest, we have these millions and millions and tens upon millions, hundreds of millions of farm acreage. And here on the West Coast, we have the whole Central California region.
Yeah.
They don't have that in China. They don't have these massive, huge combined farms. So they still are importing a lot of food. They're trying to catch up with that. But they import all their food from America. A lot of it.
We buy some of their stuff as well.
Yeah.
Food-wise.
Yeah, they just don't have the
fish. Was it tilapia?
Yeah, well, don't eat
I
any
know.
Pacific fish at all.
No.
Because the Fukushima is really getting bad.
I thought she died.
No, she didn't. She was with Yokohama. And they were lesbians. So Fukushima and Yokohama. They made a baby girl. Her name is called Funkarama. And they adopted her, and she's African American.
No kidding.
Yeah, so you got an African American who's adopted by two lesbian Fukushimas and Yokohamas, and they got a Funkarama.
Oh,
All right.
damn.
Yeah. They wanted me to join the family.
I'm sure they.
Yeah, they said, Jesse T, we're going to change your name. And
What's your name going to be?
It's going to be Junkarama.
Junkarama?
Yeah, because I bring a lot of junk, baby.
As long as you don't end up with junk in your trunk.
Oh,
Boom, boom,
boom,
boom.
junk. Boy, this show amounted to a bunch of gobbledygook and plus nothing.
It was educational
I don't know how educational.
with a little twist of fun.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to talk about the traffic. What is it with this traffic?
No, come on. Don't talk about the traffic. You're messing up my business.
Yeah,
See,
but look, let me say
I
this.
create the traffic jams
Well, do you
by design. There's a reason for that.
Oh, really? Would you
Yeah.
tell me?
Yeah, because see,
You want to go outside in the parking lot? Talk about this?
Uber Lee
Lee.
profits from the traffic jams.
Is that why it always gets traffic jams right in front of the
Right
station
here,
here?
yes.
Well, I'm easy flowing until I get to about Slauson, and then it
absolutely.
backs up like
You're in the control of Uber Lee at that point.
because I can't figure out why all the people are stopping. I have done this experiment, and when
They
I'm
are
supposed
paid
to be here,
slow down because the Uber clock is based on mileage and minutes. So the longer I keep your ass in my car, I make more money.
more money,
More money.
Oh, more money's coming to town, huh? More money, more money. I like that. Uber Lee's got more money.
That's right.
I can't wait to sell Uber Lee a house.
Now, I'm working on it
I know. Mm-hmm. You're working hard for your money.
24/7.
Mickey's just joined us at Instagram Live.
Nikki?
Mickey,
Nikki who?
she's got a hickey.
Nikki with the
father.
hickey.
You know what my father said to me
What?
when I was a teenager? He said, "Boy, you come home with hickeys, I'm gonna give you a hickey on your ass."
Well, there you go. You better bring her home and introduce her to me.
No, I didn't get no hickeys. No way.
I never thought that was cool. I think it's kind of
I think it's kind of vampire-ish.
yeah, it's kind of ranch.
It's kind of raunchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trashy.
Because you can be, well, I better not go there. Gosh darn it. Golly gee
Yeah.
whiz. This is at least rated PG today.
Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, the traffic just stops in Los Angeles for no reason. Now I know it's Uber Lee.
That's right. I get
Okay.
it.
I got it. I do.
I'm
by
sorry.
God.
I had to do it.
You had to do it to me. You just want me to use, you see, I can't use a 10-minute rule with you anymore.
No.
So I have to use the foot rule.
Yeah, I'm too hip to that now.
Yeah, but you know the foot rule, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I say, oh, man, I'm just a few feet away from you.
Yeah.
I could be like 500 feet, or I could be like 20,000 feet,
That's true.
or I could be 196,000 feet.
You turned minutes into foots.
It's it's an imaginary process, the things that I can make long or short of it all.
That is true.
Yeah. Okay.
And guess who's coming up next?
Who is coming up next?
Greg Bell.
Greg Bell. Is he here?
I got him on Skype. I'm looking. He's laughing at me right now.
Is he laughing at you?
Yeah.
Greg Bell. All right. Where's he at?
He's where are you? Well, let's see.
Let's bring him up. Hey, Greg.
Yeah,
Hey,
what's
Greg.
up?
Greg, this is Greg. This is Jesse. Hey, Greg, where are you at?
I am in Columbus, Ohio, man.
Greg Bell, everybody. He's got the sports show here right after the Jesse T show at 6 o'clock on a Tuesday. Every Tuesday. What are you doing down there in Ohio?
You know what? I was invited out to speak to Daymore College. It's just a small college here in Columbus, Ohio. One of the professors is a cousin of mine. I came out to talk and speak to them on just giving them a little motivation on life and on trying to build success.
Yeah, Greg Bell was a terrific professional NFL football player. You played for a couple of teams. One was the Raiders, wasn't it?
One was the Raiders, one was the Rams, and I was the number 1 draft pick back in 1984 by the Buffalo Bills.
Man, doesn't that just seem so long ago?
Really?
Seemed so long ago. It was so long ago.
To be clear.
Yeah, we were all a bit younger at the time. What were you what position did you were played the line?
Back. I
Linebacker?
was drafted, running back, and I was selected 26th in the first round of the 1984 draft.
Oh, man. Fantastic, man. What was it like running through offense and defensive lines in the NFL, man?
Well, I can tell you this. I want to think it was Kurt Gowdy. I mean, that tells you how far back I'm going. I'm mentioning sports reporters that most people don't even know who they are.
ABC, Wide World of Sports, Kirk Gowdy. That's right.
Him. But I think John Madden said, a running back's job is basically to go 60 miles an hour into a wall every play.
And that's what it was like.
I mean, that's basically what we're talking about. A collision of a major force every play. And you carry the ball. I averaged probably about 26 to 28 carries a game. Touched it probably 30 times a game, maybe a couple receiving. Those were less collisions, but Jesse, it was like a truck going into a little VW.
They say, now I played ball in high school and college, went on a scholarship to play ball. I tried out for the CFL, got cut, and then went on to the radio business and stuff. But they say when you make that leap from college, no matter what level you're at, and you make that leap, let's say you're at a really great collegiate program, D1 school and whatnot, and you make that leap into the NFL, it is so different. What was the thing that you noticed the biggest difference beside the power and the strength? What was it? The speed, the power, the intelligence? What makes it so different?
Well, I think it's always going to be the speed, and not only the speed. I think in today's game, it's not only the speed, but it's also the size. An average running back in today's game is probably like 6'1", 6'2", about 235, 240. An average running back in 1980 was, I was probably a little I was 215, 220 when I played. I was considered a big running back, and I'm only 5'11 and a half. So that kind of gives you the idea when you look at a guy like Tony Dorsett, who was like 5'9", 185 pounds, Barry Sanders,
Walter
5'7".
Payton.
Yeah, Walter was, Walter and I were close in proximity, but I probably outweighed him by about 20 pounds.
Man.
So that's the difference. The game has evolved to where you've got bigger, faster, and in a lot of instances in today's game, because of all of what is considered AAU, these guys have learned the game at a faster rate than we learned it. There was so much, I told people, the difference for me, it was film. Preparation.
Right.
And these guys are so well prepared now, not only athletically, but mentally. They're so prepared for what's getting ready to happen on the field. I know people think that, that old scenario about being a dumb athlete.
Right. Doesn't hold true.
It doesn't apply to these guys today because there's so much technology in this world now. They might not be, as I told the people at the college today, there's a difference in intelligence and smarts.
Well, get ready for the Greg Bell. Hey, Greg, we're going to cut you short here because your show's coming up, buddy.
I'm headed up.
And I want you, I fired you up a little bit, man. I did the speech. I got you going, bro. I can hear it. I can hear the enthusiasm. Hey, I want you to get out there and hit him left and hit him right and hit him straight and don't stop hitting him until you get up at the end of the game and you look up to the board and you say, yeah, we won. We're Super Bowl champions, baby. Yeah. Woo! hey, I could be like a good motivational speaker.
You got
Get
it
about
going, man.
Greg Bell, following the show here. Greg Bell every Tuesday right here from 6 to 7. And the Greg Bell Show. What a great sports show. Check him out. Great guy. Got lots of info about sports, all kinds of sports. Jesse T, hey, it's good to be with you. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow, 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday, 5 to 6. It's the Jesse T Show. And we've got to have some fun again tomorrow, talking about whatever comes up here in the world, according to Torero and Straight on the Point. Remember, the Brown Beauty is off duty. See ya.
thepowerofvoices.com, covering topics from wealth management to understanding your tweens to getting help for that misbehaving pet. It's all right here, just for you.
Hey, what's up? This is your girl, Honey, and I'm asking you to tune in to Honey's Closet every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 8 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on thepowerofvoices.com.
I am done with my mattress. That's right. I'm not spending another night on this old